Good afternoon, everyone. Hope I'm audible. Good. I think the voice is slightly. Is it okay? Yeah. So a lot of good AI discussions today. I think a lot of excitement. AI is always exciting. What we will do today, talk about some of the very live emerging use cases that we are building with the Google AI technologies across public sector. As an introduction, I work here in Google as a public sector customer engineer working with the customers and partners closely. Now, very quickly, because there are a lot of slides and I want to cover all of them, including the use case examples. AI can democratize access to the government services. That is, which we have now learned and understood. Now, what happens is, when we build these kind of use cases in the government or in the public sector, like whether it is a farmer assistant or government search engine, we can build the grievance services. These are all specific to the data, right? They're grounded to the data. And what the AI is building on top of it is the intelligence layer. Now, there are some examples which I'm just touching initially just to give you an idea what kind of examples we are building, whether it is an application to get the details about the hospitals with the AI and the generative AI, where we are using a lot of inbuilt native technologies as well as the GCP's translation services, or whether it is the common GenAI-enabled government websites. So these are all grounded to your data. So if it is a virtual assistant, it is not taking the data from anywhere. It's taking the data from the government's own secure data. Now, why we build all these things and build a complete chain of the services for different public sector departments, right? The main important thing that comes in is how we build that. The build that because we have the services that you see here today. All these services are not actually for the cloud. These are not started as a cloud service, by the way, because Google is the only company which basically build the services for everybody, right? So we have 9 or 10 services which is used by 1 billion users every day, starting from Google search engine, YouTube, mail, and everything, right? That infrastructure is used for the cloud. So when you use our GenAI services, you get the same infrastructure. These are some of the portfolios that we are working on currently, some of the use cases that we will talk about quickly. Whether it is ONDC or, building the Agri stack, contributing over there, we are actually helping building this. We are very in the forefront of this India stack, whether it is a GPay or a payment gateway service. At ONDC, we are open data for the digital commerce. They are contributing a lot, including Agri stack. This is exactly the entire portfolio, the gamut of services that you get when you come onto the Google Cloud. That's all the Vertex AI, generative AI. You can build your own model. You can create applications quite easily. So you can see the top one is a no-code, low-code flow. So you basically, I won't say it's a no-code, it's a kind of a low-code. You can just write your application layer very easily using these top-level services. If you want to build your own models, custom models, that also you can do in the bottom line of services. What brings in here is that with that, you can now build a contact center AI or parsing the document. This is very important, right? Today, the document matching, whether the document is the correct document or not, whether there is some security lapses, all these things can be done very easily with the services that you saw with a few things. This is a very important thing to understand. Like we all talk about generative AI. Everybody talks about what it is, how it is came. So basically AI, the artificial intelligence, that is the first layer. On top of that, we add the machine learning. Then we go on. The important key feature is the NLP. That was missing in the original AI, traditional AI. We were all calling the APIs, asking somebody to do something. Here with NLP, we are actually not asking anything to do. We are sharing our intent, right? So this is the traditional AI, where I will give the image of a cat or a dog and they will just try to identify. What about if I want to generate? So you can see if this is an invoice, earlier our intention was to find out it is an invoice. Get the text, information, use it for purpose. Look at the last pillar. That's the generation where you now share your intent. You don't say it's an invoice, right? You do not want that. You want to generate, invoice template or an email kind of a thing, right? So that generation piece is basically when you talk about generative AI with whatever I was showing previously. Let me go back to the slide once again. Sorry. With this one, actually what you get here is the collection of all. That is, you can now extract text, go deep into these use cases, build on top of additional generative use cases, right? So this is one of the important things that generative AI brings in. Along with that, I'm just skipping these slides because this actually shows how we have evolved. One of the important things is that today, any service provider who is building generative AI capability, right? All the basis of that is the transformer, and the transformer was actually originated by us in 2017, published as a paper, and from there it moved on. Now, in terms of large language model, so we also provide, now large language models are very exciting things to build the use cases, but the challenge is you need to know a lot of things about AI, ML, how to use them and all this stuff. We build this entire garden of service. We call it model garden. So this model garden gives you a complete view of whether you want to build something around a text or code or image or audio or whatever, right? Now, what happens with that is we also provide you a set of ready-made tools to build the solution. So model garden will give you set of models. You can build additional models on top of it. But the most exciting thing is actually this one, where I would like to take you on the agent builder piece. So this is all our model garden services. This is all the services that you get in model garden. You just use it, whether you need a text to speech or speech to text. You want to use the latest models. You can just write a simple code to get all these things as a service. Now, if you want to generate images, we have an API for that. All different types of images just by NLP. Look at the prompt. Prompt is your NLP, right? So now you can generate images with your text input. You can even, unfortunately it's in PDF, so I can't show you. The last one is actually a live prompt. So you can create prompt to generate image which is basically a live image. It's a boiling curry or water or whatever, right? So you can do that. You can build different types of use cases using that. Now, with all these things in place, I'm just skipping some of the slides just because to take you to one of the use cases. These are very standard ones. This one is important, where we are now allowing you to build an agentic architecture. So now today, think of the offices, right? We have somebody who is department 1, right? Somebody heads department 2. How the departments can interact with each other. We are not building applications like the traditional way, a static web page, all the web applications. All these are now will be going to be driven by agents. You think of a finance department as an agent. Think of your admin as an agent. Your maybe your taxing department is an agent. All these agents can talk to each other. And this agent is built using the technology that we provide called Agent Builder. So whether you are ordering your food, travel assistance, document searching, each of these services can be an agent, and then you create cases on top of it. That brings you, so you actually create a virtual office. You actually create a virtual office with that, right? Exciting one. Some of the things that we are currently doing at ONDC, I'm not going into the details what ONDC does. It's a buyer-seller platform, just like what you know in the retail platform, but it's very open network. So buyers and sellers can talk to each other directly on their own network rather than going through some channel. Google contributed a lot in terms of these L1 accelerators and all this stuff. So what we have done here is we have built a use case which I want to showcase you quickly. With all these technologies and the services that you see, Jyoti was a small scale weaver from Kanjipuram. She did not have any knowledge about ONDC. She did not have any knowledge about what AI or this cataloging means. What she does now, with just few click of a button, one of her partners has built a solution. She can just enter her details, her basic image. From there, generative AI is actually getting all these attributes automatically from the image, allowing her to create a catalog. So all the descriptions are generated in this format. She doesn't know anything about it, right? She's just clicking of a button. She also gets a score that this is what her catalog would look like. And then she can, view it in her own language. And go on, now she can create additional images for her catalog, right? She can choose which of the images she wants. Finally, she submits the catalog. So now, her entire product becomes visible just with the 4 clicks of buttons, which was not even there, right? I know it's time's up, but maybe take just another couple of minutes. We have extended the use case to, build, so you can generate images. Not only that, we have extended these image generation or catalog generation use cases to find out the infringements. So the most exciting thing is, whenever you are talking to generative cloud, if you are passing something, the Google Cloud can extract this, AI services can extract the information directly. So if I am asking, I need Hakka noodles of 100 grams of 2 packet and Sonamukh khichdi 3 packet, whatever, it actually extracts that information and gives back to you, which basically is core to build your, so whatever you saw in the last screen of the catalog, it's a live application from there. So you can see it's a kernel language, they have created the catalog. These are the APIs that you can use to build your solution. And you can now use the same technology to find the infringements. If already I have a catalog, I have the images uploaded, can I see that the image is fake image or not? Is it a duplicate? So it basically gives you a neighboring image that it is actually a 90% match, so it's already there. You should not, go ahead with that. So, lot of things to discuss, but actually it's time's up, so I will just finish up with one line. Exciting use cases can be built with all the services. You can build a lot of use cases. One thing to keep in mind is that, which you always talk, it has to be a responsible AI. So don't build use case just for building it. It should be guardrailed. It should be checked with all the security components, and then build nice use cases for our citizens, right? Thank you so much.